She's a playwright, producer, singer, songwriter, actress, best-selling author, and longtime TV host. No wonder this year, Kathie Lee Gifford received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Take a look.
For decades, Americans started their day watching Kathie Lee Gifford on television. She's also a best-selling author, playwright, actress, and Broadway star. Throughout her 45-year career, Kathie Lee has boldly shared her love for Jesus in the mainstream media and has brought those conversations to you. In her new book, The Jesus I Know, she shares her conversations with well-known personalities such as Patty Mallet, China Phillips, and many more to share their experience on who Jesus is in their lives.
Please welcome back to the 700 Club our dear friend, Kathie Lee Gifford. Kathie, how great to see you.
You too, Terry. Lord bless you. We go back how many decades? I don't want to know.
I mean, hey, is there anything you haven't done that you want to do?
Oh gosh. No, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I have a new film coming out in the spring. The first film that I directed and wrote along with my friend Nicole C. Mullen was called The God Who Sees, and it was so profoundly received that I thought I'm going to spend the rest of my life bringing these epic stories that are in the Bible that just are legendary, and people have never heard them before. A lot of people. I want to bring those stories to life symphonically. So I have an hour-and-a-half movie coming out next year called The Way, which I shot in Israel and Tennessee and Texas and Utah.
You know, you have a gift for taking those Bible stories and telling them in such a relatable way that people grab hold of Jesus that might not have otherwise. I mean, God's really given you a gift for that. Here at the club, we know that your first love is Yeshua. What did the Lord tell you early on about using your talent to reach others in the entertainment industry?
When I accepted Jesus in a little movie theater when I was 12 years old, it was Billy Graham's first movie that came out. I heard the voice of Yeshua as a little Jewish girl say, "Kathie, I love you. And if you'll trust me, I'll make something beautiful out of your life." And I believed him. I believe that even more so now, because now I have decades of looking back on his faithfulness in my life. Not my faithfulness to him, his faithfulness to me. And so that's the message I'm trying to express in our new book too, Terry, that, you know, God is not a cookie cutter God. Jesus never canceled anybody. Jesus went out of his way to find the broken, find the despairing spirit people, to find those who were wounded and laying there bleeding to death. That Jesus never said, "I'll give you one chance." He never did that. Why do we think it's okay to do that as Christians? So every gift I have, and every day I'm surprised by them, are gifts that he gave to me while I was being woven in that secret place in my mother's womb. The Bible, you know, I love it, says, every good and perfect gift comes from above, streaming down from the heavenly realms. The Father, you know, who does not change like shifting shadows. Terry, think about the world we live in today. Trends change, politics change, the weather changes, fads, everything changes, but not our God.
That's
Jesus is
so
the yesterday and forever.
Since you left the Today Show in 2019, you've been through a lot of changes, including moving to Nashville. What made you decide to relocate?
I didn't. The Lord led me here. The Lord just flat out led me here. I was co-writing all the music for a film that I'd written for my friend, Craig Ferguson, whom I mentioned in the new book. Craig is a Scottish actor and comedian and one of my favorite people on the planet. Terry, this will break your heart. While we were on the set of my movie in Scotland, in the Highlands, he looked at me and he goes, and he's my favorite agnostic in the world. And he said, "Kathie, why do you love me and Ricky?" Because he knows I love Ricky Gervais, my favorite atheist. And he says, "Why do you love me and Ricky? We're not good guys. We don't believe anything that you believe." And I said, but you are good guys. And you're made in the image of God, and I love everybody God makes. And he goes, you know, and this will break your heart. He said, "Kathie, no person of faith has ever told me or Ricky that they love us.
Wow.
And I said, then you've never met a person of faith. And he later, when we ended the shoot, he said, I said, you know, I still don't believe in your guy. And I mean, our guy? He goes, okay, our guy. He said, I said, no, I know you don't, but you're on your journey. And I said, but I do know that you would agree that the greatest life, if indeed he did live it on this earth, the one life that should be the model for a perfect human life, the way we should live and love others, it would be Jesus. And he looked at me and he goes, 100%.
Yes. You are
Welcome to the
strategically positioned, Kathie, to reach into the hearts and to have conversations like this with people that aren't even available to most people. So God has very strategically placed you. What made you decide to write this book, The Jesus I Know?
Because my literary agent in New York is one of those people. He's so different from me on the surface, but I've discovered, as I know you have, Terry, through the years, our common ground is sacred ground. We need to meet. Remember when I was reading this morning, when the bush was burning but not being consumed, Moses approached it, and what did God say? Stand back, take off your sandals. You're on sacred ground. Well, we need to take off our sandals. First of all, we need to wash other people's feet. You know, take off their sandals and love people. We don't do that anywhere near enough in our world or in our lives. And so, you know, my literary agent is a man. He's gay, he's Asian, and he was raised Buddhist. But his favorite part of my last book, It's Never Too Late, was a story like the one I just told you about, Craig. He said, would you ever consider doing a whole book of stories like that will surprise people? And I said, sure, if you think that's the next thing we're supposed to do, I'll pray about it. And then I thought I was supposed to. I prayed about each person that's in the book, set out to do these. These are absolutely word-for-word conversations with people that were agreed to do the book with me. And they will surprise you. People like Kris Jenner, people like Megyn Kelly, people like Jimmy Allen, people like Jimmy Wayne, people like, oh my gosh, China Phillips. One of my favorite ones is my longtime writing partner is a Jewish Scientologist. And his wife is Catholic Scientologist, and their son was raised in Scientology. Well, the amazing thing that happened is they went on a Rock Road and Rabbi tour with me. You got to read the book to find out what happened to them. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, you know, it's a chemical thing that happens when the rock, Jesus, in the Holy Land, the road, and the rabbi, rabbinical teaching all come together. It transforms some of the hardest human hearts. And let's just say that the boy, Nicholas, was the first one in the Jordan River.
Thank you for wonderful stories, Kathie. You always make Jesus so real, so touchable, and yet so holy. And we so appreciate that.
Kadosh. That's the Hebrew word for holy. Just wrote a song called Kadosh. Every day here, new song, new movie, new person to share Jesus with, and tell them for the first time maybe, because they don't know yet that God loves them. Imagine how we could change the world, Terry, if we just stop judging people and just start loving them.
Yes,
It's so
amen.
simple.
One person, one day at a time. I want
Amen.
our viewers, Kathie, to know that your latest book is called The Jesus I Know. It's a beautiful cover, would make a great gift for Christmas or any time. It's available wherever books are sold. Kathie, a joy to have you with us, as always. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you, my friend.
Much love to you.
We'll be back after this.